Hey guys, it's Marshall from Going Gear, and today we're going to take a look at some new dual switch lights from Klarus XT1C, XT2A, XT1A. As you can see, I already went ahead and took the XT2A and XT1A out of the packaging, and we're going to go ahead and do the same with the XT1C. This is the new packaging they started using on all their lights, and I mangle it every time. So, yeah, okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and open that up, pull it out. I really like the packaging. It's minimal, very easy to ship, not a whole lot of waste on that, so I applaud when manufacturers do that. Let's go ahead and pull out the light itself, sit next to the other ones, show the other stuff that you get, and all of these come with the same accessories, which is why I'm only opening one of them. So there's the holster. I'll show you that better in here in just a second. Other accessories and spare stuff that you get. So you have a lanyard in there, you have some spare O-rings, spare boot cover. So if you ever need to replace that, you do have a spare in there. And the instructions, of course, which are always good to read, because if you're like me, you forget half the stuff. And hopefully you're never in the situation of being in the middle of a video and not remembering how to use the light, because that happens to me all the time. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up the holster. We'll slide the XT1C in there. Close that back up. So you can see it's closed on the top and the bottom, so it protects the light pretty well. You've got Velcro on the back, so you can use that to attach it. Of course, you can just put it through a belt loop, because you have this other loop here. Another attachment point up here if you want to use a carabiner or however else you want to attach it. And that is the holster. Pretty nice holsters. And they come with all of these lights. Just a quick note, there is also the XT2C, which uses two CR123s, but it's a completely different class of light, way higher output than these, because it's using the XML LED, so it's more of a spread out beam instead of a more focused beam like you'll get on this. So the higher lumens are kind of misleading, but it's a different kind of light, so we're going to do a different review on that. So back to these, XT1C, XT2A, XT1A. XT1C powered by a single 123 battery, XT2A 2 AA's, XT1A 1 AA. Pretty self-explanatory. So we'll show you the inside of the light. Go ahead and throw a 1, 2, 3 down into the 1C. We'll put that tail cap back on. Before we get into the interface and operation and all that kind of stuff, I wanted to show you the lights up close just so you can get an idea of the size. So 1C, 1A, 2A. Go and put those two to the side, and other than the size, they're pretty much the same. So we'll use the 1C to show you the up close kind of stuff. So here is the switch end. You can see the two switches on here, different size, different shape, and different height, which means when you're hitting it in the dark, you know, you're just using your gross motor skills, just smacking the end of it with a gloved hand or whatever, you're going to hit that main switch, you're going to turn on the light, which is really nice, really easy to do in the dark. You don't have to worry about finding switches or fiddling with something up by the head or anything like that. Everything you're doing is right here. So main switch turns the light on, secondary switch does some other stuff, but we'll tell you about that when we get into the interface. So here is the LED end, so you can see the LED and the reflector down in there. All three of these are using the Cree XPG R5. The XT2C, like I said, is using that XML LED, so more of a spread out beam. But there's the head of it. Really nice styling on these, nice anodizing, nice machining, as always with pretty much every light that we sell. So the interface on these, really cool interface. Main switch, lightly press it, momentary, click it all the way for constant on, click it again for off. And as long as you're hitting that main switch, it's going to be max output, and that's it. Great tactical light, always goes into max output when you turn it on. You don't have to worry about mode memory, no lower modes or anything like that when you first turn it on. If you do want the lower modes, turn it on, hit that secondary switch, and you have three different outputs to choose between, and you can just cycle down. And if you want to see the run times and the actual outputs, just go to our site. We have all that on there. Secondary switch has some other functions, so if you have it turned off, press it. You're going to go into a momentary strobe, and if you hold it down long enough, let it go, it'll stay on the constant on strobe. But when you have it and just press it and release it, it's going to go into the momentary. When you have it turned on, when you're cycling through the modes, if you happen to want to get into strobe, just press and hold that secondary switch and it'll go into the constant strobe. Really great interface. do a really good job on these. Same interface that you'll see on the XT10, the new XT11, XT20, any of their dual switch lights that they have on the rear end of the light. So that's the interface for the lights. Same interface on all three. We're going to go and take them outside and we'll show you how they do outside. Well, that is if I can manage to wrestle it away from her. Okay, I have the three Klarus lights. Got the big 4D mag light that I always use. Go ahead and try out the mag light first. See how it does. Little bush, 15 feet. Tree out there at 100 feet. And this is as tightly focused as a mag light gets. See how it does at a distance. Alright, let's try out those Klarus lights. We will do the XT1A first. So this is going to be the single AA. There you can see, single AA battery. You can see the difference that modern LEDs, modern lights will make. So there's 15 feet. There out there is 100 feet. And I just turned it on. So like I said, the first mode is always going to be max output. So there is your max output. I'll shine it around a little bit. You can see not just the hot spot, so not just the center part here, but everything around it is lit up pretty well. And that's 100 feet away. Not bad for a small little light. So here's the 2A, this is the XT2A. You can see even more output out of that. We'll zoom in on that. You can see how well it's lit up at 100 feet. So this one would obviously go further than that with no trouble. Shine it around just a little bit. I'm going to cycle through the other two outputs. Got it on the lowest output just so you can see it is great for up close kind of stuff. So illuminating the ground in front of you or up close kind of work. It's great for that. Here is the XT1C. So about the same output as the 2A. Pretty good for a single CR123 battery. Cycle down through the other outputs. And again, up close kind of stuff. It's perfect for that. So there you go. Those are the new Klarus lights, the XT1A, XT2A, and XT1C. If you like them, you can get them from us at goinggear.com. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe. We make a lot of videos. And if you have any questions or comments, you can reach us in the comments or at goinggear.com.